Hey, bodacious beast, welcome back to my channel. My name is Scottyallenday. If you're new here to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video. Today I am talking about my worst day ever. I cannot top this day. This day is this particular day this week had to have been absolutely the worst. Now, if you follow me through the rest of this video, I will tell you how I overcame my worst day ever. So let's start off with the very first part of it. I ended up with a big problem with my truck. I had two big things to happen with it, and it sent me into a distress mode. This was like first thing in the morning. I got up, I got ready to go to work, and then all of a sudden I had a flat tire. Now, there's nothing more stressful than having a flat tire when you get ready to head off to work. And not to mention, I had 3 screws inside of that tire, and 1 screw was in the sidewall. So that means that tire was totaled. So I spent a half an hour, I got the tire changed, I got the tire put in the back of my truck, and I was on my way to work. So once I got to work, I went to go put my truck in park and get ready to get out, and all of a sudden it went in reverse. Well, what? Wait a minute. And then I tried it again and went in reverse. I tried it again and it went in neutral. And then I tried it again and it finally stayed. I said, whew, that was a close one. Turned it off, took the key, and went and did my job. Now, while I was out doing my charter bus run, I was on the big old charter bus, I was stopped at a red light, and a female, or a member of the opposite gender, walked right in front of my charter bus, squatted, and took a nice big deuce right in front of the bus. And everybody's going like, what the heck is going on? And I'm looking at this girl and just took a deuce right in front of my charter bus. Well, the light cycled and I finally got ready to go. I'm like, oh God, isn't this day going to get any worse? Well, that was only the beginning. So I finally got my group to the event. I believe it was a baseball game, and was able to sit and try to get my mind back into gear. And then all of a sudden, my wife calls. She said, "Honey, the dishwasher broke." I went, what? Yeah, the dishwasher's flooded and it's got black mold in it. I said, black mold? I just cleaned it the other day. And it's leaking through the seams. Oh no, I gotta replace the dishwasher. And she said, and I got more bad news, the washing machine's broken. It stopped in mid-cycle and it won't drain or start or anything. And I was like, oh my gosh, please help me. So I made it through most of the day, and well, it was a rainy, windy, nasty day. And I finally got my bus parked, and I made my way over back over to the office, so I could be able to get my paperwork turned in, and then head home. And then all of a sudden, a huge gust of wind came and a downpour. It felt like I was in a waterfall. I was drenched from head to toe, walking 1,000 feet. Everything was wet, except for my paperwork. I have my paperwork inside of a closed clipboard, and I kind of saved the paperwork, so I was able to get the paperwork in there nice and dry. And well, here I am driving home soaked. And I finally made it home, and then all of a sudden I heard a crack. I went, oh no, what happened? It wasn't a crack, it was like a bang. And oh no, what's going on now? And I walk around to the back end of the house, and the wind had just blown the back storm door off the hinges and busted my railing on my back porch. I walked inside of the house, put my things down, gave my wife a kiss goodnight. She said, can I said, no, I'm going to bed. So I went to bed. So that was pretty much My worst day ever. Well, actually, the dog got out, and all of a sudden he was missing for a couple hours. And when I got home, the dog was basically sitting on the porch. So that was pretty much it. That was just like ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. So when I laid down and went to sleep, I tossed and turned all night long, and I shook my head. Woke up the next morning, I had a splitting headache. I went to bed so stressed out, and I don't normally do that. I normally try and give myself a little space and then go to bed. Because I didn't do that, I woke up and I had a splitting headache. So I got up and I got some water, went out and had 2 cups of coffee. I said, okay. And I took out a piece of paper and I wrote down everything that happened. I said, okay, the very first thing that I got to do is get that storm door and put it in the back of the house. I mean, set it up against the house so it doesn't do any more damage, so we don't end up with any broken glass. So I have another problem. Got the storm door, put that in. It busted the light, and the globe was miraculously saved, but it busted the light outside. So I took the light out, put a new bulb in, and I saw it knocked the handrail off. I went in, got into my job box, into my toolbox, and I pulled out my screw gun, and I got some screws, and I put the whole railing back, and got the railing all put back there. Said, okay, that's one down. I had gotten up so early, I had about literally 2 hours before I had to go to work. So, no, I had about 3 hours before I had to go to work. So I went in and I got the, I went in and I looked at the dishwasher, and I picked up some 409 and I wiped it all down and I vacuumed everything out. And I took I looked online to try and figure out what to do about the leak. And looked online and it said for this particular dishwasher, if you wanted to try and fix the leak, take a little petroleum jelly and go around the rubber seal to reactivate it. So, okay, well, I did that, filled up the dishwasher, ran it, not a single leak. Yes. So now I had the washing machine that was still broken. I said, no, I gotta get a new tire on my truck. So I took it down and they told me the bad news about the tire. I got dressed for work, went down, had the bad news for the tire, and said, okay, well, I don't have the money for a new tire right now. All through my mind, ever since the night before, I'm calculating how much damage all of this is going to cost me in the long run. And that morning, after I got the outside fixed from the storm, I stopped and I looked at it and I just took a deep breath, calmed myself down, went in, got the dishwasher fixed. Now I went over to the tire center and told them about the tire, told them about the shifter, and well, the guy was kind of upset at me because of the shifter, but he pulled the tire off and he said, well, I legally cannot put this back on your car. I said, well, can you legally fix it and swap it with my spare? The spare tire underneath my truck, even though I bought it used, was still perfectly brand new. So I lucked out on that. I said, can you swap it with that? And he said, well, let me take a look at it. And I've never seen a new tire on this old of a truck. So he swapped it off. Drove to work and I went, yes. So every time I have something bad that happens and I get mission accomplished, you know, I do a fist bump. I go, yeah, I got it. I'm ready to go. So I made it into work and got ready to get onto my charter bus. Was getting ready to take a group of high school students to go and play tennis. Well, for some unknown reason, the skies opened and it started downpouring. Okay, it downpoured. And I walked into the office, pulled out all my papers. I said, let me give this 10 minutes. And the guy turned around and looked at me. My manager turned around and looked at me and he said, you've been canceled. You get 4 hours, go home. And I said, yes. So I sat there in my truck. Now, when I got into my truck, I looked at the floorboard, and I noticed a screw. I had looked this up online when I was sitting there at the office, and it said that this is a common problem for a Ford truck. It's this particular screw would fall out of the steering column, the steering lever that's connected to the linkage for the transmission. And I looked and I saw that screw. I said, okay, Google, because I'm a big guy and I can't reach up there and do it myself. I made it to my first transmission shop and I said, dude, I got this one screw. Can you put it back in and tighten them? I'll pay you for it. I said, just don't charge me an arm and a leg because you don't have to do anything else except put two screws in for 10 minutes. He said, fine, I'll do that. And he reached in, he looked, he said, ah, there it is, bam, bam, bam. He was done in less than 5 minutes. I said, all right, how much do I owe you? He said, don't worry about it, man. I said, no, don't do this to me because I've had an extraordinarily bad day. I've burned up all my karma points. I need to get my karma points back up again. How much do I owe you? He said, fine, $20 to buy me a case of beer. I said, okay, $20. Paid him $20. Went home, put my slippers on, took out a little jug of whiskey just so I could be able to, you know, unwind. And I started doing a little bit of research. I said, all right. I said, I got the last beast to take care of. How can I fix the washer? So I did all kinds of research. Nothing was working. Kept doing some more research and nothing was working. I said, dang it, I'm going to have to buy another $600 washer. No, it's not the switch. No, it's not this. No, it's not that. I said, okay. Let me combine two of these little tips that these people had. So I went over to the washer and I turned the water off. Both cold and hot. Turned them off. Unplugged the washer, waited for a half hour. Then I went back over to the washer and I turned the washing dial over to drain and spin. The tub was completely filled with water. I took a gallon bucket and I took 2 big gallons of water out of it just to get started. Plugged it back in, turned the machine on, you had to hold it, and then the flashing green light came on, and then I punched it again, and then all of a sudden the tub drained. No! I sat there and I watched, and I felt so happy. Oh my God, a rush. It was like you drinking the best beer you've ever drank in your life. Came over me, and then I shut the lid, and then all of a sudden the spin cycle came on. I said, did I just fix the washing machine and I don't know what the heck I did? So, I finished fixing the washing machine, and I went and put another load in, put some soap in, and got everything going, and then walked out there, and I went, yeah, macho man. And my wife said, what? I said, I fixed the problem with my truck. I fixed the problem with my transmission. I fixed the problem with the dishwasher. I fixed the railing outside. I fixed my washing machine, and it only cost me $20. And she looked at me and she said, I've never seen anybody get so excited over $20 in a long time. I said, oh, today is a great day. Now, just because I stopped and breathed, and I went through every single step, and I hyped myself every single time I kept doing it, it kept clearing my mind. Made me think. It made me try and use better judgment so I can get through the worst day and make the best day happen just after it. So, if you like my story, let me know in the comment section below. If you learned anything, let me know. I sure as heck had a great day out of an extraordinarily bad day. And it just comes to say, stop, take a deep breath, and just take your time and try and fix the problem. So, let me know in the comment section below. Tell your friends and family about this channel. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Until next time, keep on rocking.